up across the country. And it's been no secret that the Trump administration has New York City, one of the most diverse cities in the nation, as a prime target. Take a look at these pictures from yesterday in Lower Manhattan. New Yorkers may well have stopped a raid before it could even get started. No one knew exactly what the agents on the ground were planning, but word spread quickly online, and hundreds of people rushed to the scene and blocked federal...
ICE is out there today. ICE will be out there tomorrow. ICE will be out there every day because ICE is going to keep the promise President Trump made the American people, make this country safe again.
And joining us now is Murad Awauda.
So, guys, this is serious, very serious. Imagine waking up one morning to the country that you call home for years. I mean, years, decades, right? And suddenly someone says that you are no longer a citizen. No warning, no second chance, just gone. That's reality for some naturalized Americans who are facing under a new denaturalization effort. And trust me, the reasons might shock you. However, we are looking into this protest, and so let's just look at it and see what's going on.
President and CEO of the New York Immigration Coalition. Murad, it's great to see you again. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So you were there on the ground. What was it like to see all of this unfold? How does something like this happen so organically in a city as big as New York?
Well, we got there a little bit late.
Do you think that was organic? I don't think. And why she used the word organic? I don't know. Probably it was organic. I don't know. You told me. Look plan to me.
But, ordinary New Yorkers who are walking and, doing their business on, a super sale weekend, saw that there was some activity happening with federal agents congregating in this parking lot. And then shortly thereafter...
Wait. I want to see who this guy is. What's his name? Murad Awadi, President and CEO of the National Immigration Coalition. Okay.
Saw that there was some activity happening with federal agents congregating in this parking lot. And then shortly thereafter, what seemed to be a few people turned into dozens to hundreds, making sure that they were actually putting their bodies on the line to defend their neighbors. And I think one thing people should know about New Yorkers, if they don't know already, is that, we may not be the nicest all the time, but one thing you can't do is mess with our neighbors or other New Yorkers. Because what makes New York City is its people and who they are. So we're going to continue fighting and defending each other and making sure that we're stepping up and resisting in a nonviolent way to ensure that our communities stay whole, that no family is separated in that.
Let's see how that will last, because Trump is not making any joke. He's not only sending out ICE, he's sending out Army reserves and also Marines out here. So I have also witnessed, let me just see if I could post that up for you guys to see. Hold on. I have also witnessed that it's not just the Army guys out there. It's everyone. This is me taking the train. I'll show you here, right here, you see the Army reserves or the Marines. And over here, you see the cops.
Our communities continue to thrive.
So what's your best estimate on the number of protesters who were there and who were blocking the officers from leaving the parking garage as you witnessed it?
Well, I think the number...
And were they just spontaneous protesters, or did they get a call from their networks of protests, people saying, hey, come together, let's do this?
I think what ended up happening is several people saw what was happening in the parking lot and then quickly went to social media.
I don't think so. Sorry, guys. Listen. Once there's no Caribbean immigrants there or any other immigrants or naturalized person that is an immigrant taking part, naturalized citizen taking part, I would not support this. Let the protesters do what they want to do. Um, that's something I would not take part in. I am just looking at this. This is what could lead to denaturalization. This is my view. Once you go, okay. See, take this scenario. They call you. You minding your own business. Let's believe what he says. You minding your business. You're outside shopping. It's Black Friday weekend, continuing on past Monday, Cyber Monday, and you shopping, and you are an immigrant. Say that you are a naturalized immigrant, naturalized citizen, and you see what's going on with ICE. Would you jump in? Would you go there to stop the authorities like ICE and tell them, don't do this, don't do that? No, I would not. And I don't think this was sporadic. I don't think it was sporadic. So let's go on. I think it was planned out. They knew that they were going to be there, and they just got a lot of other protesters to come out. Because let me just also say this. When I was going to college, there are courses, all right? There was an art course on how to, I think, create posters for protesters. I can't remember the name of the course, but it was geared towards protesting, activism. Activism. Okay, that's the right word. So let's continue on.
Started texting people in group chats and saying, hey, this thing is happening. We don't know what's going to happen. Reports and rumor mills are swirling that there was supposed to be allegedly a 600-man federal agent raid on Canal Street yesterday. And that's what these protesters, ordinary New Yorkers who stepped up to defend their neighbors, were able to stop.
Murad, do you have advice?
And he's right in a way. There are some New Yorkers who would fight, but it would be more the people from the Caucasus or Caucasian. And I think the Islamic or the Arabs are now there to fight for immigrants. Because you notice it's becoming their fight now. It's not my fight. To tell you the honest truth, I don't want to be protesting out there, I'm not doing it.
For regular people who might be watching the show right now.
Regular. Ain't there no regular people in New York? She called the regular people. Regular? New York is not regular. Sorry.
How they should react if something like this happens in their neighborhood. What are best practices to protect their neighbors without escalating?
What is best practice is to mind your business. Drink water and mind your business, people. Do not go out there, especially if you're from the Caribbean. Stay home, drink water, and mind your business. That is my advice, okay? Because you do not want to be fighting or protesting, because this is why protesting could be dangerous. You go out there, you protest. You get locked up. You know what it is to spend a night or two in jail? I've been there. I've done it. A night or two in jail is not good. And when they arrest you, you are in a hole. I hate to use the word hole, but you're in a cell with men, Okay? They have women seated on the side, and then there's a big cell, all right? There that barricades the men. So you hear in the conversation some men going in the corner and pissing, urinating, and then you are on the side. And that's a whole night of torture. And if the cops want to help you, you might get out. Or if they want to see you go to the courts, you'll spend a nice night and pray to God that it's not a weekend. Pray to God it's not a weekend. Okay? So please don't take these people advice. Stay home, mind your business, and God will do the rest.
Escalating without giving the administration the excuse that it's looking for to escalate and potentially, lead to violence or tear gas or various other things. What are the things that you would recommend people do or don't do in these circumstances?
So first and foremost, everyone, including U.S. citizens, should know what their rights are. They can visit our website, nyic.org/KYR, to know what their rights are at home.
Darling, Trump rewriting the whole script. I mean, he can't do it without legal amendments being placed on the denaturalization, probably act or guidelines, So this is one I think this is one for you to be wise. This is where you be wise. You weigh your pros and your cons. You see what is going to make it right. You do some critical thinking. This is not civil rights movement. This is immigration protesting. Okay? This has nothing to do with civil rights. He says know your rights, but what's going on now in this country? I don't know if anybody have rights.
Industry, protesting, or at work. What we've seen is that ICE agents have been also arresting U.S. citizens. So it is important that everyone understand what their rights are. The second thing is making sure that people...
You see, he's warning you. He's warning you. Make sure you know what your rights are. And I would say to all my Caribbean people, mind your business. Stay home, drink your water, mind your business. Know your rights, yes, of course, know your rights. But do not go out there looking for problems.
Are organizing hyper-locally. The response you saw yesterday was people from the community, including other New Yorkers. Someone came out today and said that they were waiting on...
I told you the other New Yorkers are the Caucasus. The man from the Caucasus, the woman from the Caucasus Mountains. Black people, Pan-African immigrants, drink water and mind your business. There's nobody there for you. Okay? Just know your rights, yes. Know your rights.
Online to get into the Jing Feng restaurant across the street from the parking lot and decided that everyone waiting online, they all decided together to join the protest to make sure that they're defending their neighbors. But the other piece here is to make sure that you're connected with trusted community organizations and networks so that you're able to respond in...
Now, the thing I learned over here in America is you gotta listen. Listen well. Listen to what he's saying. Okay? He said something just now. Trusted organizations. Do not go out there and say you're going to join in these groups. You gotta do your research on them and be very careful. Be very careful how you are persuaded to go help people. I wouldn't do it in this time. It's too touchy. I have experienced this firsthand. Because I was married to an immigrant who got deported. Okay? And so I know what it takes. I know how it feels to have someone close to you get deported. All right? So my 2 cents is that you drink water, and I said this probably 4 times. Just read your papers, get information. It's very easy now for anyone to get sent home, especially if you came over here being a refugee or an asylum. And it's very particular geared towards the Haitians. I feel sorry for the Haitians, my Haitians brothers and sisters. It's not going to be easy. I would suggest knowing your rights, that's one, and saving your money and get lawyered up, or save your money and send it back home and get ready to go back home. Some people might disagree with me, but you have your own opinion, and that's right. But it is sad. This is a sad time. In spite of everything, it is sad on both sides. We lost two DC Marines and reserve cops. I think that's the right word. And the situation is just getting overboard, right? But you got to let authorities do their job. Protesters are going to protest, but you got to let the city, you got to let the federal ICE agents do their job. You know, I would not advise anyone to go out there and say they're protesting. That could be a loss of your citizenship, you know, being denaturalized. It's very easy to get denaturalized. Some people say, no, it has to it has to be a criminal offense. It has to be a federal offense. Protesting can lead to a criminal offense, a federal offense. It's very easy. It's a thin line. It's a thin line. So let's just finish listening to what he has to say.
We are all committed to nonviolent community defense, and that's what we're going to continue to do. Also, people can join us all with handsoffnyc.com. Join on that website, sign up for alerts, trainings. We've already trained thousands of people across the city.
All right. I won't go any further because I don't want anybody to get the information to say that I mislead anybody. I was just watching to see what's going on, and that's the furthest I'm going to go there. So let's look at what else is going on. Today's breakdown. Denaturalization isn't about scaring people. It's about understanding the system so that you can protect yourself and your community. As we saw, most cases involve serious crimes or fraud during naturalization. But the rules are changing, and the government is prioritizing these cases more than ever. If you found this help, hit the like button, drop a comment, and let me know of your thoughts. Does this policy make you feel safer or more concerned? I really want to hear your perspective. Don't forget to subscribe for more reactions, insights, and real-world discussions. Actually matters, especially now. Just remember to like, share, and subscribe now. If God be for you, who could be against you?